1-0, and now looking for a good finish to what's been overall a pretty consistent, strong weekend.
Very consistent, very strong weekend. And I think
there's Plitz to short, and immediately a great play in the field by Garrett Griggs to start the game. Off and running indeed here at Rhodes Stadium.
Well, I was going to say, I think the only thing that I want to see different from Alabama from game 1 to game 2 today is the energy, just a little bit more. And that right there, first play of the game, you're out hot.
Let's run through the lineup real quick. For Oakland, you just saw Brooklyn Plitz line out over to short. This is Autumn Liebhauser, the 2-hitter. She'll be playing short. Cam Troyer, the right fielder's in the 3 spot. Batting fourth is Maggie Murphy, the DP. Taylor Caraway, the catcher's in the 5-hole, with Kenna Bomarito, the pitcher for the Grizzlies, batting 6th. Brooklyn Wyzelik, third base, is in the 7 spot. 8-hole, Alyssa Balcom and Storm Kintros, the left fielders, batting 9th, and they're taking on a pitcher who is moving very efficiently so far this afternoon. The freshman Caitlin Palazzi. Saw her at the tail end of a St. Thomas game, a .95 ERA on the year, 4-0 record, making her first start of the weekend, and quickly 2 outs here in the first for Cam Troyer. Troyer, the senior out of Centerville, Michigan. Last 5 games has been hitting .667, season average at .517 with 5 RBIs. And as the game goes on, we'll talk about how this came to be, because this was not, as I mentioned, a game that was initially scheduled for this weekend.
Hey, whenever you're asked, you answer the call. Alabama getting a nice round number of games to finish out this slate.
There's a stop by Griggs. The throw will be way late. And a base hit for Troyer with 2 outs here in the first.
It's a nice job by Troyer. This is by far the best hitter in this lineup. She has those power numbers tied with the consistency. And sometimes you'll see hitters, they have those home runs, they have those doubles, but their strikeout numbers are also just as high. Being able to keep those strikeout numbers to a low. She gets on base frequently. She sees action frequently. Murphy, who's up now, she often has the table set up for her nicely.
Maggie Murphy, the transfer from Miami of Ohio, checks on the change, 1-1. Graduate student in the DP spot today, batting .462, 6 of 13 with 7 RBIs, 2 triples and 2 doubles. Quickly, we'll give you the defense for Alabama as well. A pretty big shift from what we saw earlier today. You've got Kinley Pate on her senior day in left, White in center, Roman in right. Hubbard, Griggs, Young, and Taylor around the infield with Papillo behind the plate.
Plazzi already a lot of swings and misses, working her pitches through the zone. Most of her pitches sit at mid-60s, 65, 66, but also has an off-speed. Haven't seen it yet, but better be ready. That scout, if it's accurate, you know that she has that in her arsenal. It's going to come at some point.
Someone is heading into the netting. It will be foul.
Well, there it is right there. There's that changeup. 54 miles an hour. About shaves 2 miles an hour off. This hitter, that was a good job by Murphy, keeping those hands back. You don't need to crush it. You just need to spoil it so you can get another one.
Got her. The reigning SEC Freshman of the Week works out of a little bit of a situation following the 2-out single, and the Tide Bats will come up for the first time when we return here in Tuscaloosa.
And be sure to bring all foul bottles back to the press box to receive your very own Recyclers gift card. Thank you to Recyclers for being a proud sponsor of Alabama softball. It's time for the Southern Millhouse Guess the Stretch here between now and the end of the second inning. Head on over to the marketing table and guess what time will be in the 5th inning stretch. Winner will be announced at the end of the 5th inning. You must be present to win.
Alabama 19-0 and going with the following starting lineup here against Oakland to wrap up the Crimson Classic. The right fielder, Anna Roman, is in the leadoff spot. Garrett Griggs, the shortstop, bats second. Alexis Papillo is catching, hitting third, with Brooke Wells, the DP, batting fourth. Maddie Hubbard is in the 5-hole playing third. Ambry Taylor, the first baseman, hits sixth. Jenna Young in the 7th spot, she's a second. Kristen White, the center fielder, bats eighth. And Kinley Pate, the left fielder, on her senior day, bats ninth. And they will all face in the circle the sophomore from right there in Michigan, Kenna Bomarito, on the year a .86 ERA, 3-0 record, 24 1/3 innings, 14 hits, 3 runs all earned, and a really impressive 5 walk to 35 strikeout margin for the sophomore righty.
Bomarito, the rise, she's going to toss that frequently. She can throw at a different angle. She'll also have a drop and an angled fastball. Kind of comes in looking like a curve. That pitch right there.
For those watching, what is the biggest difference between a true curveball and an angled fastball that kind of has some curve-ish elements?
I think the biggest thing is whenever you look at the spin and the late break movement, a lot of times if you step across as a pitcher, you step across your body to give yourself that angle. If there's no correct spin, oftentimes that movement will tend to slow down. You won't see the late break. It'll just be a pitch that starts on one side, and because of the angle of the release point, will drift on over to the other. Well, full count alert. That has been the theme of the weekend. Ready, Alabama, starting early with 1.
Should we blast a siren anytime it happens? Anna Roman, the freshman out of Oviedo, Florida, hitting .372 this year. She lifts that towards left. Kentros is there, 1 down.
How does that sound go? It's like brr, 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 brr.
Sure. The full count rave.
Any way you can. Honestly, in tournaments like this, it can be easy to let numbers like that and the small things kind of fade into the background. Get tired. Feel like games start to blur together, pitchers start to blur together, innings definitely blur together. So how can you make that distinction? How can you stay locked in? Tracking those small things, those important things that add up in big ways.
Beautiful bunt by the freshman Garrett Griggs. The throw from third is just in the nick of time. Wyzelik got there in a hurry. And just like that, 2 gone.
Wyzelik absolutely crashing in as soon as she saw the hands. This Oakland team, they were watching this game leading up to it. They were watching both teams warm up, Alabama and St. Thomas. Safe to say there was a fair amount of bunting, so as a defense, as a corner, I know especially, okay, I'm gonna expect to see the short game, the small ball frequently, and I know the kind of speed they have. As soon as I feel it, anticipate it, I'm gonna trust my gut, I'm gonna crush hard.
See how Bomarito handles Papillo quickly. 0-2 on the senior. .453 average, 24 of 53. With 24 RBIs, 8 home runs, had one earlier today. 4 doubles and 20 runs scored.
Good layoff on that one. Great pitcher's pitch from Bomarito. But Papillo, absolute monster line of work. And just everything that has come off her bat has come off hard. She's seen the ball really well. She does a good job of getting on plane early. And what I mean by that is whenever she starts to swing, that barrel gets to that 90-degree angle to where her body is. And it stays there. And it's on plane all throughout, from the very beginning of her swing all the way to extension. Powerful take, but second full pitch count. Again, Alabama making these pitchers work. The more pitches that you can see, especially early on in the game, the better, not just for the hitter, but for the rest of the offense.
Yeah, our sound effect guy would already be exhausted here in the first inning.
Staying alive, blasting over the speakers inside the stadium right now. Very fitting.
Got her. Bomarito strikes out Alexis Papillo, and we're scoreless through one here in Tuscaloosa. Well, we just had an uncharacteristically early but adorable taco hot sauce race here at Rhodes. And then as the two young ladies were trying to go back to where they started the race, Brian Crochet behind the plate said, guys, we're about to play softball. You can't come over here. And now as the second inning begins, Taylor Caraway grounds out to short. And just like that, almost as quick as the taco hot sauce race, there's one down.
As soon as it begins, it's over. Swinging early here. Papillo definitely giving these hitters good looks. Competitive pitches early on in these counts.
So here's the pitcher, Kenna Bomarito, and she'll chase upstairs for strike one.
A lot of movement and break on that rise ball from Papillo. Starting right at the waist. Excuse me, Pelosi.
Well, Bomarito has appeared a good bit in the circle, but this is just her second start, at the plate. 1 for 3 on the year. 2-1 from Palazzi. Really nice day. Yet again, what a weekend of weather we've had here in Tuscaloosa. Solid crowd here on this Sunday. Good adjustment by all the fans to set aside the extra time, and now a challenge.
That one was a challenge to see. Did that ball hit her? I don't think it skimmed Bomarito.
Well, I'll be honest, real time, I didn't see anything. And also, I'm not sure Bomarito sold it like I would want to, or want your batter to, if she did get hit by a pitch.
A lot of times as a hitter, whenever you get hit, sometimes the umpire doesn't see it, and it's not to over dramatize it. I am not a fan of that. That's not how you play the game the right way. But if you get hit, you need to let them know, yes, immediately, I got hit. Go and take your base, take it with confidence. Don't sit around and wait for the umpire to give it to you. Take what is yours.
Well, obviously, as the umpires take a look, we do have challenge and replay on the field available. We will stand by and wait and see what the official decision is. So take a look at the crew over in the video center. So based on the look of the look, I guess the question is, did it skim her right leg?
I mean, that's the only thing that I can guess, but maybe the knee. I think that's what the look is. But personally, I don't see, this is a great
I love the
make do.
creativity from the crew. Well done.
But I don't see the ball change any direction, and that's the important piece. A lot of times whenever there's a hit by pitch, you'll see it, even if it's a skim, it'll change direction, and it won't be as straight. It'll deflect one way or another. From what we're seeing, again, the preview of the review, don't really see that happening. I don't know if I would mark that as a hit by pitch.
Is this like
But
challenge-ception right now?
We're seeing pretty far away.
We're
so.
watching the review of the challenge of the review. Somewhere Christopher Nolan is writing a new script.
Inception softball version.
Sure.
After further review, the call on the field stands as called. This is Oakland's first challenge of the game. They have one remaining. The count is 2 balls, 1 strike.
So there you go. No hit by pitch, and Oakland does lose one of his 2 challenges.
Pretty early on, too. For Oakland, use their first challenge. Trying to get runners on base is important. You could tell that's a priority for them. And then also, if you win that challenge, you get to keep it. New rule this year, one that coaches have been begging for.
What a stop at third. Hubbard, after a nice shot by Bomarito, gets the second out.
We've seen 3 well-struck balls, all within the first 6 batters from Oakland. They're hitting the ball pretty hard. Only one has been able to get through, but they are hitting it hard. They're seeing it well.
That's
A lot of
a
those crossover pitches.
foul ball for Brooklyn Wyzelick. Well, we should note as well, Palazzi, a Michigan native from Wixom, Michigan. I'm sure there's a little familiarity of some sort. I'm actually not sure where Wixom is, but probably knows some people on the Oakland side. And now she'll head to the Alabama side after a 3-up, 3-down inning. Tide offense coming back when you return.
Leading off the bottom of the second for Alabama, designated lane, number 15, Brookwell.
4-5-6 for Alabama. Brooke Wells, Monty Hubbard, Ambry Taylor against Kenna Bomarito in the circle for Oakland. And a first pitch change in there to the Houston transfer, the sophomore Brooke Wells, who's hitting .457, 21 of 46, 22 RBIs, 7 homers, 6 doubles. She had a home run earlier today, part of a 3 RBI game against St. Thomas.
Well, with the spin that Bomarito has, Alabama hitters are going to have to track this ball even deeper into contact, trying to see it visibly make contact with the barrel. It's a tight spin, not a ton of speed, but right now she doesn't need it. Whenever you have that tight of spin, gives you that late break.
Ball 4 and a leadoff walk here in the second to Wells. 12th time she's drawn a free pass of that variety this year.
Well, whenever you're able to hit the ball as hard as Wells is, dangerous hitter, You're going to get a lot of pitchers that want to nibble around the zone, don't want to give you anything. It's a twofold situation. Be patient, take the walk, and then take advantage whenever they do throw to you and make them want to throw around you again. Vicious, vicious cycle for a hitter like Wells.
She's over at first with Maddie Hubbard up, sophomore from Huntsville, Alabama. 0-1 is lifted to left. Kentros is there for out number 1.
Rise ball from Bomarito just gets Hubbard on that upper half of the zone. I really think Bomarito has done some due diligence, has done a lot of work preparing for her season. A lot of improvement from what we've seen from some of her earlier games to now. That spin, much more deceptive, that movement, a lot more biting.
She's facing another freshman for Alabama, Ambry Taylor, and quickly ahead 0-2. Taylor out of Jasper, Alabama, on the year, hitting .400, 4 of 10 with 4 RBIs, a homer and a double. Oh. And is off towards the coach's parking lot. Stays 0-2.
Foul balls, a lot of them we've seen from Alabama. As an offense, you look at that after the weekend and go, how can I eliminate those foul balls? How? Because if I can have, for example, 20 foul balls in a game, if I can eliminate that to 10 foul balls, and 10 of those foul balls that I originally had are now hits.
There's a hit from Taylor. Out to the gap and all the way to the wall. Wells will stop at third. And the freshman puts 2 in scoring position with 1 out as Oakland is finally able to corral the softball and settle things with 2 on.
A little bit of celebration there from Taylor. I need to find out what that sprinkler means, because that is just too good of a move.
We'll talk. Well, great chance for Jenna Young, winner set Iowa native. First pitch fouled straight back by the hitter, who's batting .326 with 10 RBIs and 2 homers. 14 hits on the year, and 8 of them have gone for extra bases for the Iowa transfer, Jenna Young. Junior, who was 2-time first-team All-Big Ten.
Young, one of the constants in this lineup and on defense all weekend long. Seen a lot of players in and out. Patrick Murphy saying he wants to feel like all of his players have had an opportunity, and he wants them to feel going into conference that if I'm called upon, whether I'm an everyday starter or coming off the bench, I have had opportunities. I feel comfortable going in, being asked to come in a big moment, being asked to come in and step up, start a game here, start a game there.
This is in the air. Let's see if it's deep enough. Wells does tag up. She's heading home, and she won't even be tested with a throw. Sack fly for Jenna Young, and Alabama leads 1-0.
Manufacturing runs here. Definitely a better adjustment from that offense in that first inning. Bomarito was very quick, very efficient with getting her outs. We're seeing some more well-struck balls from them. Telling you how quickly this Alabama offense, they're talking to one another, they're making that adjustment, they have multiple plans.
Taylor stayed at second for Kristen White, senior out of Phoenix City, Alabama, hitting .467, a couple RBIs. You mentioned conference play. Later on in the show, we will talk about SEC play starting next weekend, state of the league as a whole. This is going to be tricky, but the flip to the covering Cop at first base is in plenty of time. to retire White. 1 run in for Alabama. We go to the third with the tied up 1-0.
Last call for the Silverdale House guest to visit the stretch, heading to marking table down to Herrick. Must be present at the end of the 50 to win.
And now get ready to get on your feet and have some fun, because it's the Krispy Kreme Crowd Cam. Yes, ma'am. Check it out. Oh, don't stop now. Yes, you're on video board now. Come on, everybody. Don't leave her hanging. Get on your feet and help her out. She just wants somebody to dance with her. Come on, everybody.
Oakland looking to answer back as we go to the third. 8-9-1 due up. Balcom, Kentros, and Plitz against Caitlin Palazzi. 1-0 Alabama after the sac fly from Jenna Young. And the Michigan native Palazzi back in the circle. As I mentioned, the Wixom, Michigan product. Wixom in the southeastern portion of the state. Shout out to Google with the assist.
Always as a pitcher, you feel really good if your offense is able to score in those first 2 innings, landing and drawing first blood, that first punch. This is really where you settle in, and a lot of pitchers shine as innings 3, 4, 5, because those are the working innings. You are working through the lineup first time, second time, third time in those innings. And your pitches are being studied and hitters are making adjustment. You're constantly just having to make those, try to be one step ahead.
And a strikeout for Palazzi there. Yeah, we were talking about it last inning. I've now done a little bit more geographical research here because Oakland, located in the Auburn Hills, Rochester Hills portion of the state in Oakland County. That's actually, if you look at the map, not too far from Wixom, so there probably is some familiarity with Palazzi and some of these players. As Storm Kentros sends that to right over the head of Roman. The 9-hitter for Oakland has the visitors in business here in the third.
That one well struck over the head of Roman. She's playing pretty straight up, but that ball landed in that warning track territory. And we have seen Oakland make good contact inning after inning after inning. Every single inning so far, they've had at least one hard hit.
How about Kentros? Second double of the year. Extra base hit number 5 out of her 9 hits. And back to the top of the order with Brooklyn Plitz, the junior from Macomb, Michigan. Golden Grizzlies looking to strike here in the third. Over to second. Nice play by Young. 2 down, but a successful move of Kentros to third base.
Yeah, that was a great read from Plitz. To read the defense, but also hit it behind your runner. A lot of times slappers, they aim for that shortstop area in between that 5-6, but trying to pull that one over to second base, let that runner get to third.
Change up strike to Autumn Liebhauser, the freshman out of New Jersey. Entered in with a couple home runs, 7 RBIs on the year. And she's going to get Oakland on the board. RBI single to left, and the freshman has tied it up at 1 here in the third.
Palazzi just leaving this one over the middle of the plate, and especially with rise balls, if you bring it up into the hitter's eyes and you give them the plate, they're going to be able to square those pitches up. She's trying to get that one on the inner half tight in the hands of righties. But you can see the way that they are tight on that line in the batter's box.
And now a hit by pitch. Troyer goes to first, and with 2 outs, 2 on, Lance McMahon is going to come out and have a word with his freshman.
This is a right call right here. You see, this is a conversation just for his pitcher and his catcher, the battery right here. First thought is, you're good. Your stuff is filthy. Try to settle in. We were talking last game about how Palazzi, she has been in the relief role all weekend long. This is the first game that she's gotten the start, gotten the nod. The mindset is very different for a pitcher who is starting a game, who is coming in relief, and who is a closer. On defense right now, Alabama playing a little bit deeper. Want to make sure that they get the start out with 2.
Maggie Murphy struck out in the first inning. Hitting .429 on the year now, .571 with runners in scoring position. One, 2. Change a little too low that time, 2-2.
Oakland just trying to apply that pressure before she gets settled in.
Well, to your point, we were getting ready to go on the air for the St. Thomas game about an hour before first pitch. Oakland was already here. I mean, they were in the stands. They've had a lot of cancellations before and after this game, so they were in no hurry. Got here early, and they've been ready. Palazzi with a little PFP to end the inning, but it's a big inning for the Golden Grizzlies. They tie it on the RBI single from Liebhauser. See if Alabama can answer on the other side.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our news. Fans of the game, we are on the concourse. I'm with Mr. Roy and Miss Sheila, and they were telling me that they have been softball season ticket holders for about 7 years. But go ahead, you had a long list of Bama season tickets that you have. Go ahead, list them out.
Football, basketball, and gymnastics.
And softball, everybody. We got some Bama fans in the house. Northport natives. Give it up for Roy and Sheila.
All tied up at 1 here in the bottom of the third. 9-1-2 for Alabama. Kinley Pate, Anna Roman, and Garrick Riggs. And how about the senior from Northport, Alabama, the Samford transfer, Kinley Pate, making her first start on her senior day with the Crimson Tide. Started 17 games back at Samford, getting a great chance here today. And she'll take ball 1. We've got the fact sheet. You see the signs happening. Lots of Kinley Pate tidbits and factoids that we can talk about. First, a hearty congratulations. Kinley Pate is a newlywed who married her high school sweetheart Brandon this past August.
I love that. That is so sweet. Especially your senior year, being able to share that.
That's slapped foul. Pate loves to travel, loves to talk. So y'all are like the same person.
I think this is the first laugh you've got me on this entire weekend, Gray. That was a good one.
Thank you. Well, I took 6 games.
Well, Another fun fact, she likes to eat Bluebell Dutch chocolate ice cream most nights before bed, so ice cream and I also go hand in hand, so maybe you're right. Well, we'll have to link up after the game.
Has been running her own business since 2021 called Get Crafty with Kin. She pops up the slap, and it is caught by Caraway on the ricochet. A little bobble, but then she secured it for out number 1.
That is a great handle by Caraway. Pops out of the glove, pops it back with her hand. Looks like she was playing hot potato for a second.
Now back to the top of the order with Roman, who flew out in the first.
Now the second time through the lineup for Alabama. I'm really curious to see this top half that is known for being so tough. Doesn't surrender, puts good swings on balls. Curious to see how that they adjust.
Well, to your earlier point, there is some late English on some of these pitches from Bomarito that seems to be really giving Alabama some trouble with that tight spin.
Again, it's not going to overwhelm you with speed, but as a hitter, if you're not tracking this, if you're trying to hit it where you're seeing it, you're going to have trouble squaring something up even if you are on time.
Got her. Kenna Bomarito feeling it right now. Second strikeout today.
That one, really crafty pitch again, talking about that late break. Bomarito sees that these Alabama hitters, not only are they swinging at those pitches, but they're expanding their zone a little bit. She continues to build that ladder, starts on the plate, and slowly works her way off.
Griggs to left, that'll get down. So a 2-out single by the freshman, and she's 1 for 2.
Catcher, number 31, Alexis Papillo.
Love that settling deep breath from Bomarito.
Well, Alexis Papillo is stepping in right before she did. Patrick Murphy came over and whispered a couple things. We'll see what that perhaps leads to in the approach for Papillo, who struck out earlier.
Especially for the lefties, I'm looking for that ball that, like I said, angled curveball. That's that pitch.
Oh my, that is very foul, but hit very hard.
And if I'm Bomarito, I probably want to go there again. Very, very foul. That tells me this hitter turning on it, not staying through it. Can I angle it down a little bit? Can I drop it off just a tad? You can see behind the plate pitcher signaling same thing.
That's a poke out to left, and the catch will be made by Kentros to retire the side. No response for the Tide, and we go to the bottom of, or I should say the top of the fourth, still tied up at 1. New pitcher for Alabama as we go to the fourth. It'll be the senior who celebrated her senior day earlier this weekend, Ailey Johnson. 0.84 ERA on the year, 6th appearance, 8 1/3, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 5 walks and 10 Ks. Facing 5, 6, 7 in the Oakland order. And Nicole, you like this change, going from Palazzi to Ailey Johnson, who's got that wicked changeup, but also a little bit more velocity and a little PFP as well, 1 down.
Yeah, I always love me some PFP, but you're absolutely right. I love this change, the switch up. You could see the hitters for Oakland squaring up. Like I said, every single inning there was at least 1 hard hit. So just switching that up, giving more velocity, but also lower in zone. Palazzi was missing fat and elevated. That's where most of those line drives through the infield were happening. So you bring down the ball, you speed up these hitters, and that's why you get those swings like that. As a hitter, the adjustment of my posture has to be higher, my barrel has to be flatter for that up pitch to, okay, I know I'm gonna have to swing under, my posture wants to be a little bit more bent over for a pitcher who has a very good drop ball.
Bomarito grounded out back in the second, way out in front of a change there, 1 and 2. Palazzi went 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 run that was earned, no walks, and 3 Ks. And Bomarito has a line drive that's off the glove of Pate.
That one was rocked. You saw how hard Pate was coming in. It hits her glove so hard it rolls back to the infield. But in a hurry. That was a great effort by Pate. Ball got knocked loose as she was diving. Wasn't able to secure it, but I love that effort. Again, an elevated pitch up in the zone. You leave that there, especially with the swings that this offense for Oakland has been putting together. They're prepared and they're ready for that.
We'll see a runner at first for the pitcher, Bomarito. You can tell Oakland is ready to play. They have not played since a doubleheader Friday against Rochester Christian University. Those were their first 2 games since February 20th. Had a trio of games canceled against Delaware State. Had a lot of cancellations early this next week. They've added not just this game, but a doubleheader Tuesday at Memphis. And kind of one of those situations where head coach Chris Stelma called Patrick Murphy and said, hey, we're around. Could we come and play at Rhodes? And Coach Murphy, I think especially with Alabama losing 2 games due to weather, jumped at the chance to get one of those back, especially on a day where Alabama was already playing here at home.
Especially when, again, a lot of times coaches, they have to juggle preseason and postseason at the same time, how you're thinking whenever you're planning, strategizing for your schedule.
Wyzelic on the ground to second. There's 1. The throw to first is in time. Just like that, the Alabama infield wipes out a chance. And we go to the bottom of the 4th, all tied at 1.
Stands, you have earned it. It is time for the Whataburger special delivery only in the stands. Ladies and gentlemen, on your mark, get set, pass those biscuits.
4-5-6 for Alabama here in the fourth. Wells, Hubbard, and Taylor against Kenna Bomarito, who's been up to the task so far today. A couple strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 run. Wells, first pitch to left. And after a walk and a run scored in the second, she's got a single here in the fourth. What a weekend for Brooke Wells, especially after that kind of slow start on Friday.
She has been just absolutely crushing the ball. That exit velo didn't really give Liebhauser much time to be able to react before that ball was through the infield. And that has been very characteristic of her all weekend long.
Coach Murphy is going to bring in a pinch runner, Larissa Pruitt, over at first for Wells. Hubbard flew out in the second.
Starting to see the rhythm of Alabama, just even their takes. They look a little bit more comfortable than they did back in the first. And that comes with this middle part of the lineup. They are the ones that had the most success.
There goes Pruitt. Throws a little high and a stolen base for Larissa Pruitt. Put her at 4 for 5 on the year.
Caraway has a good cannon behind the base, but like I said, the speed of Alabama, you can't allow that ball to lift up, even if it is just a little bit, because they're going to be able to take that base. They're going to be aggressive.
Tough play for Liebhauser. Probably smart not to make a throw, and it's an infield single for Hubbard. 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, very wise decision not to take that. Again, we're just talking about how aggressive the base running for Alabama is. It's not like they're turtles out there. You know, there's a lot of speed. They're able to move and advance quickly.
No, a great chance for the freshman Ambry Taylor. Oh my. High fly ball to left. And that is off the foul pole. Jinkies, Ambry Taylor. 3-run homer. And just like that, the freshman gives Alabama a 4-1 lead.
I don't think anybody told Hubbard that it was a home run. She was sprinting around third, but that gave her a ton of time to celebrate Taylor. I mean, this was probably one of the highest home runs that we've seen. It's like a lollipop up in the air. Absolute smash. And I always get excited whenever I see a ball off the foul pole.
I would love to hear the
big adjustment.
Flight track from air traffic control on that one. Ambry Taylor has home run number 2 on the year, and now 7 RBIs. And in the blink of an eye, from 1-1 to 4-1, single, 3-run homer, and Bomarito is going to have to settle down against Jenna Young, who already has a sac fly in this game.
If you're Bomarito and you're looking and you get runner on base, home run, she's been able to get outs pretty quickly early on in lineups so far this game. So I'm going to want to stretch that zone, make it as extreme as possible. Try to see, can I hit that top part of the zone? Can I hit that outside corner? I mean, with her spin, she really makes the ball dance across the zone. I think that as it continues to work through later in the game, just catch a hitter, be observant. See if you can catch on to where they are hitting, what rhythm, what pitch they're hunting for.
We did talk about it earlier today, though. This again kind of follows the script. You know, couple innings, 1, 2, 3 innings, or I should say first, second, and third innings. Alabama maybe a run across, maybe 2, and then the crooked numbers start coming in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Now Young is going opposite way. Kentros is there, 1 down.
3, 4, and 5 inning-wise. That is the hardest amount of work that a pitcher has to do. I'm sitting here on the field just watching Bomarito turn around, take a deep breath after that fly ball. Coach comes out to chat with her. Her hand's just a little shaky, but I think she has done a fantastic job this game of trying to keep this Alabama offense, like you said, whenever they bust it open, hard to stop. She's done a fantastic job just silencing them. And some of the best pitchers, even whenever they're feeling confident, I used to have Giselle Juarez come into the dugout. Hands would be shaking, and she's like, let's go, I'm amped, I'm ready.
We have seen action pretty steadily in the Oakland bullpen, but you're exactly right. This is kind of the first inning where Bomarito has blinked. Otherwise, she's been really outstanding. White will reach, but it looked like it hit the bat twice.
And first base umpire agreeing with that. And a lot of the infield right away pointing, saying twice, 2-2-2. Otherwise, that would have been a beautiful bunt. Very much aware of the speed now from White. Now Senning had a ground ball.
Tried it again, but it's foul.
Right now, Bomarito squarely in a great position with this 0-2 count to get a quick second out after kind of that gauntlet of the middle of the lineup.
Slap to left, and that'll fall to the left of the left field line.
Looks like Kentros almost jogging to that one. Wasn't really sure if she was thinking that ball was a lot farther away than it was. If I'm her, I'm ready, and I'm expecting, especially from a lefty slapper, if it's towards the line, it's going to bounce away.
This is going to be major trouble, and it squeaks under the glove of Kopp at second. Even if she stops it, White is probably safe. And speed aboard for Alabama with 1 out for Kinley Pate.
Great placement there by White. Especially with slappers, you don't see them be able to place it up the middle, especially on that side of second base towards the second baseman too frequently. And Alabama just trying to extend this explosive inning.
Well, if that is indeed, and I believe it is, the end of the day for Kenna Bomarito in the circle, a really nice job. Alabama, though, has made the adjustment, and we'll tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back here in Tuscaloosa.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for Oakland, number 28, Jessica Nelson.
Well, Oakland will turn to the freshman righty from Dearborn, Michigan, Jessica Nelson. 134 ERA on the year, 3-0 record. 15 2/3 innings, 13 hits, 8 runs, 3 earned, 7 walks, and 18 strikeouts. And the first batter she sees is the senior, Kinley Pate, on her senior day. 0 for 1 with a pop out. But up again, so we get to go through the fact sheet another time.
Really quick before hit on that. Nelson, you're going to see her in the low 60s. She has a rise ball, fastball, and an off-speed curve, so she's able to hit 3 different speeds as a pitcher. And again, throwing the timing of these Alabama hitters who are able to figure out Bomarito.
Foul ball.
Great
Nice job by
read.
Caraway waiting.
Just having the presence of mind to let that ball, seeing that spin, let that ball roll foul. Just last game, St. Thomas, there was a bunt, very crucial, and I felt like after that one, things just busted wide open. Just not letting it roll foul, being present in the moment, reading it.
Got her. Nelson gets Pate to chase upstairs, 2 away.
How about that? Coming out, being ready to go, just competing. That rise ball sits at the top part of her speed zone, and then she can work all the way down to that off-speed curve.
Off goes White on the first pitch to Roman, and she'll slide in safely. White now 5 for 6 in stolen bases this year. Roman opposite way. Goodbye. The freshman sends it off the scoreboard, and the monster inning continues with a 2-run blast.
Doesn't matter where she is hitting in this lineup. Anna Roman, she is having a day. She is having a weekend. Just so much fun to watch. Loves to compete, swings pretty freely. This one extending the lead for her team. Like you said, great. This has been a monster inning. Trying to continue that momentum with 2 outs.
Garrett Griggs caught. Nelson able to snare it after the hot shot, but a 5 spot for the Tide thanks to 2 homers. We'll see what the Golden Grizzlies can do in response when we return. Well, let's see what Oakland can do in response with 8-9-1. Balcom, Kentros, and Plitz. Alabama leads 6-1. And 1 defensive change. Larissa Pruitt has stayed in to play right. Alabama with a 5 spot in the 4th inning. It was kind of, again, a little bit of a slog to start for the Tide. It was even at 1 through 3. And then we saw the Power Bats wake up for the home team again, kind of following the trend of what has gone down in most of the games this weekend. Kayla Turmel, first pitch to left. There's Pate, 1 down.
That one well struck. And I feel like this has kind of been the story against offenses against Alabama. They'll get the hard hits. But with the speed in the outfield, you leave anything hanging, they're able to get under it quickly.
Storm Kintros doubled and scored in the 3rd. As we talked about a little bit ago, conference play in the SEC does start next week. Horizon League play not far away as well. They'll be getting started around 2.5 weeks from now.
Nasty changeup there by Ailey. Yeah, this is for Alabama the last weekend. Okay, let's get everything that we want to get ready for conference play in shape. It's back-to-back changeups. That's something that we see frequently from her. Not afraid to go to that pitch in any count, but I feel like often she goes back-to-back, especially with 1 strike.
2 gone for Brooklyn Plitz.
It makes it so deceptive. Her range and variety of pitches for Ailey is, even though the speed difference is extreme, the way that she delivers, and by the time that ball and that arm is coming down on the downswing of the pitch, you can't tell where that ball is going.
Well, that was pretty easy over at short for Garrett Griggs, and a sweat-free inning for Johnson in the circle. We go to the bottom of the 5th, tied up by 5.
Hi, fans. The Griffin Tide just completed the Quickie Fast 1-2-3, top half of the 5th. Text Dill to 83200 for exclusive offer courtesy of Jimmy John, proud sponsor of Alabama softball.
All right, I made a promise to one of you yesterday that I would come over here to this dugout, get on your feet and start for the 5th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Picture sticker with us all weekend. And Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back for it's free. If they don't win, it's a shame. Come on, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes. You're out at the ball game. Here's out the round of applause.
Thank you, all our fans who participated in the Seminole House Guest Respect Competition. Our winner today, Michelle McDaniel. Fans, let's hear from the Millhouse, proud sponsor of Alabama softball.
3-4-5 for Alabama here in the 5th. Papillo, Pruitt, and Hubbard. As Patrick Murphy hands the lineup card out, and Lex Papillo is ready to step into the box. Riding a 8-game hit streak, but 0 for 2 so far with a K and a flyout.
Something tells me with the bat that she has, she is due. There's been a couple different changes right now, umpires informing Patrick Murphy. It's never fun, that scramble to fill in all the subs.
We'll give them to you here. New second baseman is Alexa Kaunacki, who's come in, the senior. Kayla Rodriguez now behind the plate, catching for Jessica Nelson, and Caraway has moved over to first base. There's a strike. 1-1 to Papillo. We were talking for a moment about conference play again. SEC starts next week. A couple weeks more for the Horizon League where Oakland resides. It's an interesting slate to start the SEC. Alabama goes to Oxford next weekend. Probably the best series is LSU at Tennessee.
I feel like what we've seen from the SEC teams so far in preseason, even with teams like Tennessee, you look at their body of work this weekend, they haven't been very crispy all the way through the entire game.
That's a crisp play over at the hot corner. 1 down.
With that, I think that opens up the door. It can be anybody's game. I know this was tossed around a lot last year of who is it going to be? What team is going to rise up, and really didn't know until that latter half of the conference where that pack really separated away. But I do think that first weekend, very, very telling, especially for just general looks of, okay, how is this offense, how is this pitching staff against the same team for 3 games in a row?
1-1 to Pruitt, getting our first AB of this game, hitting 182 on the year. When you look at the other series next weekend, you know, one like Georgia at Arkansas. Now, Arkansas has looked very strong to start the year in all 3 facets, pitching, hitting, and defense. Georgia has had great flashes of brilliance. They've also had 2 or 3 pitchers be out for the last 2 weeks, and it's hard to kind of know where they are as a team. So we will gather more evidence, especially these teams face each other 3 straight days.
And the same thing for Oakland. You have your pregame tournaments, matchups. Those are so important to get that experience, to give your team that comfort. So if you're, that's why they're here at Alabama, not only to just face a good team, but to make sure they get those games in before they settle into conference. You do not want to slowly warm up. Every game counts. In Oakland, whenever they're looking ahead for postseason bids, opportunities there.
You look at the Horizon League preseason poll, Robert Morris, a near unanimous pick to win the league. Makes sense. They've been pretty steady in that conference for many years now. Then you've got IU Indianapolis right behind, Green Bay and Northern Kentucky in the mix. Oakland picked 6th out of 7. But there are some pieces on this Oakland team that could make them a little bit of a danger in Horizon League play. Bomarito, I think we saw a lot of what she's capable of here today in the circle, certainly, you know, a couple times through the Alabama order. Pruitt, a charge to center, a great diving effort by Plitz, but it got by her. That's a 1-out double for the Tide here in the 5th.
Somebody get her off the base path. That one, an absolute blast out to left center. So far, the cadence of this game: first inning, no score. Second inning, Bama gets 1. Third inning, no score. Fourth inning, Bama gets 5. If I'm them, I want to disrupt that every other, see if I can't get at least 1 across the board here in the 5th.
We've got Hubbard up. Single, a run, and a fly out today. Lottie Hubbard high in the sky to center. Plitz is there. Pruitt will tag up and go for third. And she's there with ease after the second out.
Well, with 2 outs, who else do you want up but Taylor? So successful so far this game. Just last inning had that 3-run home run.
First baseman, number 36, Henry Taylor.
Well, it's the easy power, too, that Patrick Murphy loves about this freshman. Double in that 3-run shot on her day today.
But especially with 2 outs here, this is great opportunity for Taylor. Come up big for her team. 2 outs, so what? That is on the right field foul pole. There it is right there, just serving as a reminder to a hitter whenever I am in the box. I'm trying to think, man, what is my plan? What is my strategy? Can I attack? I don't really care about the outs. I don't really care about the count. All I care about is this pitch right here. Can I drive it? Can I hit something hard? Can I pass the bat and have the person behind me pick it up?
Taylor reached for it. And Plitz will drift back and make the grab to end the inning. So Alabama strands a runner at third. The lead is still 5 going to the 6th here at Rhodes.
Shortstop number 22, Odin Hauser.
Third inning of work for Ailey Johnson in relief as we go to the 6th. 2-3-4 for Oakland as the wind is picked up here at Rhodes. Liebhauser, Troyer, and Murphy. Autumn Liebhauser had that RBI single in the third after a first inning strikeout.
That changeup has just been so consistent ever since Ailey has stepped in. Been able to show that. Even still, it's so deceptive. These hitters for Oakland, they don't look on time even on their takes, even on the ones that they don't swing at. I feel like she also does a good job of mixing it up. I don't feel like it's thrown often enough that as a hitter I would feel comfortable sitting it in an at-bat, because I don't know if she'll throw it. She may, but maybe not. So again, it adds to that unpredictability.
Oh, wow. Liebhauser was heading to first and then had to backtrack after the change came in for a strike. And Johnson gets the strikeout on it.
Well, that one, we saw it plenty of times. A little bit of smile there from Ailey. Feeling herself. Last inning, this is what, 5-6 pitches?
It was quick. Big cut and a miss by Cam Troyer, who's had a really good day. Single and a hit by pitch, 1 for 1 overall. That season average up to .533 for the senior out of Centerville, Michigan.
Really good pitch from Ailey. I think it's still effective, even though that one wasn't called a strike. Coming hard, tight at the knees, ball moving in. Only thing I would say on that off speed, especially after you go tight and in, you float something slower, elevated and up the middle. I would maybe think change up on the outer half. Again, working these splits and speed change as well.
She went down and missed, 2-2. Excuse me, check swing back to Johnson. She'll make it the flip over to first for out number 2.
Murphy trying to get something going. I feel like there was a lot of momentum, a lot of energy in the Oakland dugout. This inning, it seems to have settled just a little bit.
Well, you go back to that third inning when Oakland tied it. They had 2 on, 2 out, and Murphy was actually the player at the plate. Grounded out to Palazzi, and that ended the threat. Since then, Johnson has kept things pretty quiet as that just gets by Hubbard at third. Foul ball. And we are still on undefeated team watch. Alabama 19-0 to start the year. We lost North Carolina earlier today. They dropped game 3 to Boston College. As Murphy loops that to right. Pruitt will make the grab. And that'll be the end of the top of the 6th. Alabama will look for a little bit of insurance, up by 5 when we return.
Oakland, top of the 6th, no runs, no hits, no errors, no left.
Bottom of the order for the Crimson Tide as they look for a little bit more here in the 6th, up 6-1. 1 run in the 2nd, 5 in the 4th, 1 in the 3rd for Oakland. That's all for the Golden Grizzlies. Now Alabama will look for Jenna Young, Kristen White, and Kimley Pate to turn things over against Jessica Nelson, second pitcher today for the visitors. Young 0 for 1, sac fly and a fly out.
This is something we saw from Alabama back in the first game today. And they've been toying with that when there's an opportunity. So how quickly they scored those few runs. When there's an opportunity to finish off a game, can you just dig a little bit deeper? Can you get tough? Now the goal, not just to win the game, but can you win it to the standard of Alabama softball, to the standard of Alabama offense? There's that game within the game. Can you stay sharp, stay locked in all the way through? Even on a Sunday when you are in your 6th game of the weekend, absolute marathons, doubleheaders every single day. You know this team is tired. But you know when else you're tired? At the Women's College World Series. And you're fighting to be able to get into that Champ Series. Whenever you're in the Champ Series, fighting to win a national championship.
Well, and trying to stay undefeated as well. We started to talk about it in the last inning. Down to 3 after North Carolina's loss. Tennessee did beat App State today. Lady Vols stay unbeaten along with Grand Canyon, who beat Eastern Illinois earlier this afternoon. Rolled over to second base. Kaunaki is there. 1 gone.
Again, this game feels like it just really settled down. They had an explosive 4th inning. And then from there, both teams, the energy, I mean, it's pretty content. It's pretty settled.
Kristen White will look to liven things up. 1 for 2 with a run scored.
It just feels very patient at the plate today. Really tough take as a slapper whenever you're moving through the zone. A lot of times that outer corner feels like it gets called maybe a couple more inches than a hitter who is standing in. It's a hard take.
3-0 now on White. You know, I'm curious, Nicole, despite what the occasional Twitter troll might say, we watch a lot of softball. You call the Mary Nutter. We've seen a lot of teams this year. And this weekend, or I should say earlier this week, there was a lot of discussion about the rankings. Alabama was kind of all over the place, according to all the major polls. Based on what you've seen this weekend, where does this team kind of fit in the national landscape with some of the other big names that we've seen here in February?
I think that there's moments where I'm like, man, Alabama, they are one of those teams that they have the pitching staff. They have the offense that has the power, but also the speed. I think that's going to be a huge role and a huge key in these games as you go throughout conference, really pushing and challenging defenses. I think defenses aren't exploited enough. Alabama's a team that can definitely do that. But then I look at these games where the finish is right there within grasp.
There goes White. She'll steal second.
And it's just kind of in the game on a soft note. I would feel a lot more comfortable putting them into that top tier of the teams in the country if I could see an emphatic finish, right? Not that there's anything wrong with how they're winning. They're winning great. Just want to see a little bit more of an oomph, a finish, for me to put them in that top tier. Beautiful slap here.
There's Pate. She'll have a senior day base hit, and White will come in to score. Kinley Pate has her moment, and Alabama leads it 7-1.
On your senior day, you get your first start, you get the RBI. I mean, that right there, that's the best feeling ever. And the crowd definitely responding, knowing how big that moment meant to her and to them as fans as well.
That is her second hit at Alabama, her first RBI, and overall, including the Samford year, her third career RBI. And you could tell the embrace with Kayla Bro at first base. It meant a lot to Kinley Pate right there. And now the game-ending runs at the plate in Anna Roman. Roman has already left the building once, a 2-run homer back in the 4th, part of a 1-for-3 outing. Pate's gonna take off, and she'll slide in safely.
Just as somebody who played in college athletics as a former player, I love whenever the fans give that nod to the senior. love whenever the senior has that opportunity and they step up. But on the flip side, freshman stepping up big time. Anna Roman. A little bit of slugfest for her today.
It'll be a walk fest this time. Game-ending run on first, trying to induce the run rule here in the 6th. And Patrick Murphy will go to the bench with 2 on and 1 out. And a timeout called as well for Oakland as Chris Stelma comes out to chat.
Starting to feel Alabama, that momentum that they've been working on, building. Definitely feels dangerous with the speed that you have on the bases. If you're able to get a ball deep into the gap, especially that right side, wind blowing out nicely. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Pate try to go first to home.
Well, Patrick Murphy is bringing in a freshman to hit in this position. Instead of Garrett Griggs, it'll be Holly Beth Brooks, Northport, Alabama native, product of Tuscaloosa County High School, on the year 0 for 1. We've seen her a little bit more behind the plate defensively this weekend, but now a chance in the box with 2 on and 1 out. And she cashes in, but foul. And Patrick Murphy really wanted that one.
That reaction from him, he's talking to his dugout and his arm going around in a circle. He's saying, let's go. I was going to say she's going all the way.
I'm not sure I've seen him react like that in a few years. Got a piece. 0-2.
Nice shot by Nelson. Feeling the momentum as a hitter whenever you get high. Pitchers know this. They get excited. They get that big hit. They want it again. Seeing if she'll chase after an off-speed low in the zone, and she does.
In the air. Long run from short. And the catch is made by Liebhauser for out number 2.
Gray, back to that question that you asked me earlier today. Again, there's that potential. It's right there. Can you finish?
Catcher number 31, Alexis Papillo.
Lex Papillo will look to do that. 0 for 3 day, trying to extend the hit streak. Jessica Nelson trying to force a 7th inning. Has done solid work out of the pen.
Patrick Murphy over at third, just very vocal, saying watch it all the way in, all the way in. As a hitter, moments like this, you feel the pressure, you feel the excitement. How quickly can you get that heart rate back down to neutral?
Striped out to right. That'll bring in Pate for sure. Roman will stop at third. And Papillo adds to the hit streak. And Alabama adds to the lead, 8-1.
This is the hit that Papillo has been searching for all game long. She has been due, she has been hunting, absolutely lets it loose on this swing. I mentioned her swing, she gets that barrel on plane early, and then she's able to drive all the way through from the start of her swing through to the end of extension. That ball is ripped through the infield.
Game-ending run on third for Larissa Pruitt. The senior doubled in the 5th. Basically anything through the infield will end this ball game. Out towards center field, and a bit of a run for Plitz, but she'll make the grab. Alabama does add a pair, but can't close it out. And we'll go to the 7th. Oakland trying to stay alive when we come back.
All right, fans, it's the top of the 7th. Are you ready? One of you is. I said, are you ready? That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. Alabama. One more time. Roll. Tide, roll. On your feet, cameraman. This is CNBC. Come on.
Alabama 3 outs away from moving to 20-0 on the season. Oakland trying to light a fire here in the top of the 7th, but it has been difficult against Ailey Johnson. 3 innings of relief, 1 hit. No runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and maybe the most impressive piece, 29 pitches and 21 strikes. She has been very efficient today, and she will take on the middle of the Golden Grizzlies order, 5, 6, 7 due up. And it looks like we'll probably see a few pinch hitters here.
Well, hey, she's been somebody not wanting to dilly-dally. Trying to go at these hitters, get their side of the defense, get her pitching handled. Try to get her offense back in, back in, back in. She's just been efficient since she's been brought in right now. Trying to finish this game really quick with 2 strikes.
Starting off with Bella Krager, who's 1 for 4 with a run here this year. Ooh, dirty, disgusting, slimy. Another changeup from Ailey Johnson for the strikeout.
My gosh, that was pure filth. I love to watch her change up. You can't tell the difference in her body. Makes it really difficult for these hitters to be able to tell out of the hand. It's not until well after that front foot is down, that back hip is starting to turn, that you can recognize and pick up how quickly that ball it's screeching to a stop in a hurry.
First pitch to Grace Moody is hit to second, and just like that, 2 away.
I just feel like Ailey, whenever she came into this game, just felt very just calm. Not rushed or anything like that, but just very calm.
Ball 1 to Kayla Rodriguez. Give you her stats. Right now, 1 for 12 on the year, couple RBIs. Senior from Houston, Texas.
Got to represent the H.
Just in time, right at the very end of the last game of the weekend.
I knew Houston would sneak its way into the game, at least one way or another.
It's been a lot of fun here this weekend at the Crimson Classic with our whole crew. In a year that feels unsettled across college softball. We came in kind of thinking these are the teams to watch, but 1 month in, perhaps more questions than answers across the country.
Tell you one thing, I am so excited to see how the rest of the year plays out. With conferences starting up, it's going to be fun.
Rodriguez stays alive with the foul ball.
Alabama definitely will be a team that I'm going to circle and underline throughout the SEC. I think the roster that they have put together really the freedom that you've seen them play with. A lot of fun to watch.
And again, we're not too far away from starting to think about metrics and resumes. RPI should be coming out probably in the next 48 hours or so if the schedule aligns to past years. So we'll know even more about the importance of all these games in February, where the teams stand as everyone tries to host a super, host a regional, and clear the path to OKC. Over to third. Hubbard's got it. Throws a little low, but a great pick by Taylor. And it's a perfect weekend for Alabama. 6-0 in the Crimson Classic, capped off with an 8-1 win over Oakland here on Sunday. Many thanks to our entire crew here at Rhodes and all across Tuscaloosa calling these games, and especially my partner, the Olympian Nicole Mendez. A wonderful time sitting up here in the booth here at Rhodes Stadium. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on the SEC Network. This has been a presentation of ESPN and the SEC Network, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Meet us at the Brickyard Gate, located by the outfield. The Brickyard Gate located by the outfield. Any Crimson Gas students or Alabama students that want their picture made on the field, meet you at the outfield.